Ed here with something that I have never done on this channel before. In fact, something that I haven't done since 2018. I am reviewing a Marvel movie. The last time that I saw a Marvel movie was when Black Panther came out. There was a lot of hype behind it. I wanted to go see what all the fuss was about. And for the first two acts, I was like, wow, this is great. Like, if this is the future of the MCU, I'm down for this because I thought it was actually a really interesting movie. And then all of a sudden, you have this shot of this rhinoceros reeling back like a horse in this armor. And automatically, it just got way too ridiculous for me. I learned there I don't like Marvel movies. I liked Black Panther until it had to be a Marvel movie. But I wanted to check this movie out. I went into this movie not knowing anything about the specifics of where Marvel is right now in terms of its universe. I just know some stuff by cultural osmosis, and I wanted to go in with an open mind. I don't go into movies wanting to dislike them. That's my money, that's my time. I wanted to really give this movie a shot. So I'm going to start with the one thing that I really want to compliment this movie for, and that is that Nia DaCosta is really good with actors and is able to get some very naturalistic performances, the few moments of genuine interaction between the characters. Outside of that, yeah, no, this movie was a rough one. It's an hour and 45 minutes long, and for me, it felt longer than Beau is Afraid. And that's partially because this movie never settles into a rhythm or to a pace, and it doesn't really have much of a personality. All the scenes are divided into either there's really lame exposition scenes where characters sit still in different rooms and just convey information. There is like a good 20-minute sequence in the middle of the movie that I'm pretty sure was the reshoots because they probably saw what they had and said, okay, we need to do this, and everybody had like 2 days to do it. So they were like, all right, Nia, you got 2 days to do this. Let's write every single one of these things that we need to clarify in this one scene, and it makes up like 20 minutes of this movie. And this movie's only about 100 minutes long. On top of feeling really disconnected, every time this movie raises its stakes in any interesting way, it absolutely deflates any tension by finding a way out of it. A really good example is the first scene where Miss Marvel has to help the other two characters save a city full of the Kree people. I think that's what they're called, the Kree, right? I don't know anything about these movies. So anyways, she's trying to save all these people, and she keeps trying to convince them to keep this ship open and try to get everybody in, but it's way too late. And Captain Marvel yells at her in a very kind of sort of angry, matter-of-fact way. We can't save all of them. We have to save who we can. And the Kamala girl looks really heartbroken by that. And for a minute there's a little bit of tension because they're all on this ship with these characters, a lot of them who lost large portions of their family, if not all of them. Then all of a sudden, a completely different character, I think from the Thor movies, again, I don't know anything about these movies, comes in and then just takes the refugees off of their hands. So there's absolutely no tension, and it completely deflates you as an audience, and it makes it all just a chore to sit through. And as if that wasn't bad enough, this movie not only repeats that mistake later on with the Nick Fury character, but repeats it in a way that undercuts the emotional power in the scene where Kamala learns that she can't save everyone and has to make hard choices. By the way, Samuel L. Jackson is sitting down throughout 80% of his performance in this movie. And there's a scene where the ship that he is on is under attack. And all of a sudden, they have to rescue all the people on there. And they manage to save almost everyone, but they don't have enough room for all of the crew. And Samuel L. Jackson's like, hell no, we're going to figure out a way to save everybody. And they do. But the solution is so silly and ridiculous that it makes it dumb that it was ever a concern to begin with. And I'm talking a thing that's a matter of life and death. I really feel bad for all the actors here. You could see it on their faces, struggling to reach into their characters and find some truth. But instead, what we got are these really unmotivated, dramatic scenes that are so flat, they feel like PSA performances or television performances. And they really rely on the Kamala character to carry this movie because that actress seems to be the only one to not only have a grasp on her character, but wants to do a good job with it because Brie Larson seems checked out and the other actor seems just completely lost. The problem is that the character of Kamala is very one note throughout the movie. She's literally fangirling from beginning to end, so it gets old very quick. She has no real character arc. None of these characters have a real character arc, actually, when I think about it. And as if that wasn't all bad enough, this movie can't even be bothered to commit to its own premise. To show you guys just how unfocused this movie is, there's a scene where they land on a planet where the entire population communicates by singing. Brie Larson's character is aware of this and prepared, but Monica Rambeau and Miss Marvel are not. And they could have easily played that up for laughs. They could have raised attention by like making them separate or making them really insecure about singing and having to overcome that or something. But instead, Captain Marvel just sings and speaks on their behalf, while Miss Marvel and Monica Rambeau just do Marvel humor at each other for a while. So not only do they not take advantage of this premise to raise the tension or to be funny, we have a scene where Captain Marvel literally gets turned into Snow White and dances with this prince, and they do this elaborate singing and dancing scene, and then halfway through it, Captain Marvel just says, "Oh, god damn it, we don't have enough time for this. Hey, I need a favor. Can you do this for me?" And then the prince says, "Oh yeah, sure." You can sort of feel Nia DaCosta and Brie Larson realizing this isn't working. And then all of a sudden, just Brie Larson be like, "Look, how about I just say this and we cut this here and move on?" It just completely backs out of any comedy, of any stakes, of any drama. And it's just a series of flashing lights. This movie is an absolute misfire for me. So that's going to be all for today's entry of I Effing Love Cinema. If you like this video, make sure you hit like and subscribe. If you've seen The Marvels, let me know what you think in the comments. Until next time, I've been Ed. You've been awesome. Peace.